TSWA. Use the promo code TSWA. And that's all you got to do to get 15% off of Cowboy Revolution Apparel Company merch. The hats are sick. The gear is sick. The sweaters are sick. Don't be sick. Use the promo code, okay? TSWAA will also get you some DUBBY because it's super delicious. They're so chewable. They're like candy. I can eat them up, but I gotta watch it because I get too juiced. Luckily, I had as many as I freaking wanted to this morning, and I am ready to go. Let's start the show. When I wake up in the AM and my brain is full of mayhem from the week of NFL on my mind. Before I even open X and try to send a text, gotta get it out my chest before I lose my mind. It's alright. If the D can't get a stop, the O line just can't block, and it feels like it's a waste of your time. Trying hard just to care, wanna pull out your hair. Hang with Jimmy Wednesday morning, it'll be alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright to be mad as hell. It's quite alright to be as crazy and as zany and as mad as hell as you want to on AM MaYHeM. It is perfectly okay. And you might say, Jimmy, the hair, the hat, the backward shirt, the glasses, how do I take you serious? And I say to that, SYBAU. We got to get on with the show. We've got 5 freaking plays to look at. They're Jimmy's top 5s. They're not ESPN's top 5s. They're not NFL's top 5s because my opinion is greater than your opinion. Sorry for all the jingles this morning. I just told you that W gets your body right. It gets your mind right. It gets your energy and your voice right. And what we did right, we got something right too this week, guys. Guess what it was? We won a football game. Whoop, whoop, whoop. It's been 3 weeks since, week 2. We've beat the New York Giants. Luckily, okay, we could be 1-3-1. We could be 0-5. We could be 5-0. So many ways to spin the record, which you need to do this Thursday at 6 p.m. Catch us on the live show. But for right now, let's run through Jimmy's top 5 plays of week 5. And yes, once again, I ain't even have to go around the NFL because they all exist within this noon game. Cowboys versus Jets. Ryan Flanoy making plays multiple times, not just once. You'll see him again. Breakaway tackle, big play in the game, gave our offense momentum, put the first points on the board, big play. It was number 5. Number 4 here is obviously going to be the momentum starter, right? The execution and scheme on this play. Look at Terrence Steele scoring before Jake Ferguson does. Landry said when we were watching the game, he said, I think Terrence Steele could have scored that just as easy. But he's a lineman. He can't catch that ball. But look, the design, everything about it, Jake Ferguson gives a little shimmy shake, points at everybody, lets him know I'm him. Yeah, this is a Breece Hall highlight. I know. He's taking off. He's cut. Oh, there we go. Maurice flew foul fumble. You thought it was going to be a Jets highlight. It's not. The Cowboys defense with another turnover, 2 weeks in a row winning the turnover battle. That's huge. If you let Dak Prescott, the way he's cooking right now, win the turnover battle, we will win a lot of football games. Number 2. Ooh, there's that man again, mama. There he goes. There's that young man, Ryan Flanoy, making moves. And then, of course, number 1. Oh, I could watch this play so many times. Look at the time Dak has in the pocket. The protection. Oh, and the hand fighting all the way down. I love this as a no call because it could have been thrown, honestly, either way. A push right there by George, another grab by Sauce, another push by George, another grab by Sauce. I mean, they're just fighting, right? So good, great no call. And George ultimately waits until the very end to shift his body position and make the catch. Keep doing that, young man, and Jerry is going to give you that moolah, that mignon, as CD said. George Pickens is trying to get him some mignons, and I think he's going to get a big old bag of them, and I hope it's from Jerry Jones. That was Jimmy's top 5. Let me know what you think. I just picked those kind of on the fly as I watch. Sometimes I'll creep the NFL in there, But, these last 2 weeks, my quarterback's been balling. My team's been looking pretty good. We should have beat Green Bay. And so all 5 of those plays are going to consist of Dallas Cowboys plays. I heard a lot of talk this week um, about some of my past predictions and about some of the things I've said in the past. And I think I'm at a point this season, guys, where I'm just at a show me, right? At a show me. And so here's one thing I'm going to do. Let me straighten these. I'm going to get a little serious just real quick, just a little bit serious. We'll straighten the glasses up. This is what we do get to do. Okay. Right here. Let me just, here's one thing we do get to do, because last week we went into code red. Well, because we beat the Jets, we get to come up out of code red. Boom. All right. Check out your microphone. We get to come out of code red. We go to code blue. Okay. Light blue. We ain't dark blue. We're not going to go Cowboys blue yet because we're teetering. I'm going to need to see another victory. Okay, this blue is going to be for Carolina blue, and as soon as we dust them, then I'll throw some Cowboys blue up on this microphone before we go play Washington. If we lose against Carolina, this microphone will go right back to red, and we'll stay red while we play Washington. I don't want to see that happen. But I heard a lot of talk this week about my past predictions, and I'm at a show me state. And the reason I say this, and not that I live there, I'm in Texas, I'm in the great state, but I'm in a show me state of mind, meaning I can't trust my team till they show me. Can't beat the Niners till you show me you can. Can't get past the first round of the playoffs till you show me you can. And unfortunately, you can't beat the Arizona Cardinals till you show me you can. Right? Now, I'm going to call out some guys this week. I know we're going to play the Panthers next week. We got the Cardinals coming pretty soon. But I'm going to call out with Jimmy's jabs this week. Let's throw a couple jabs. We got to hit somebody. Oh man, did you see that guy's form? The way he followed through with the right cross, that was beautiful. I don't know who that guy was there in that nice Cowboys jacket throwing that hook, but that was pretty. So the guy you'll see in the front of your screen right there, that's going to be Johnathon Gannon. That's going to be the Cardinals head coach. Now, I know I'm not necessarily talking about the Panthers. If you want to hear our Panther predictions, you're just going to have to watch the Thursday show, right? But what I'm doing is I'm throwing a jab this week at this head coach because this man let his team down 2 weeks in a row. If it was my head coach, I would be livid. But unfortunately, I can't be livid at either one of my coaches this week. So I had to pick another one. And Johnathon Gannon has put his listen, I don't know. By the time we play him, he might not be there. He might not be the head coach. That's how serious it was. This man, I won't go too much into the details, but has not communicated, has let the same thing happen to his team twice, lost on late field goals 2 times in a row. They don't know how, they don't understand simple rules of the game, kind of like the overtime things, the different kick rules, and the interception when they fumble it, and then they're all trying to jump on it in the end zone instead of just kicking it through the back of the end zone, and it remains there. Just a bunch of things like miscues and mishaps that really do kind of fall on the head coach. And so, Johnathon Gannon, I had to throw a jab at you this week because I hate to kick a man while he's down, but I don't think we can beat Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals because I haven't seen us do it yet. So I had to throw a jab early on and dot Johnathon Gannon's eye up so that maybe by the time we get to play him, Jimmy is wrong, because I heard some noise from a bunch of people. You're going to be wrong on a lot of things. 4th best run team. Shador didn't start week 4, so they already got me on that one. The Washington Commanders won their game, so they didn't go below 500 after week 4. I've been a little off at the start of this season. Another thing I would really, really like to be off about is we can't beat Kyler Murray in AT&T Stadium. I'd like to be wrong about that. And let's hope Johnathon Gannon is the reason we can't. My follow-up punch, now that I jabbed him, the big shot, the one you've seen in the stinger, the looping right, it's coming. Oh, look, I knocked Jimmy off. It's coming, and it's coming in the form of a haymaker to the chin of, you guessed it. I know you can't see his number. I was hoping you guys had somebody throw it in the chat. That's Mr. Jack Sanborn. Now, I can't say we. I don't want to put anybody else in this boat, but Jimmy was really hoping for the Eric Kendricks value along with Mike Zimmer. I was really hoping to get that from Jack Sanborn with Matt Eberflus, right? This is a Matt Eberflus guy. He brought him over from Chicago, middle linebacker, hoping to hold it down till this Demo got healthy, and just in case Kenneth Murray wasn't there. But we were trying to have somewhat of a linebacker core resemblance with Damone Clark, Kenneth Murray, Jack Sanborn. Jack Sanborn has been bad in coverage. He has been bad in tackling. He's been bad in gap assignment. And I can't even blame it this year on DT play because DT play has been solid. Jack Sanborn's play up to this point in the NFL has been honestly a F plus to a D minus at best. And I'm sorry, when you get as many snaps as you do on this football team with Schottenheimer preaching competitiveness, and I can't see Jaden Blue get on the field as much, up until this point, but I see Jack Sanborn a ton. And then I see the missed tackles, the missed assignments, the blown coverages, can't keep up in zone a ton. I'm sorry, by week 5, you're getting more than a Jimmy jab. Like I said, you get the looping right. You get the big one because that's unacceptable. Obviously, we're rooting for Demo to come back. I will say this. I saw a little bit more of Shamar James this last game than I did in previous weeks. And if Jimmy's on, if my football mind is anywhere in the right zone here, all you for lack of a better word, since Matty Eberflus loves to run it. If my mind is in the right zone, you're going to see more Shamar James and less Jack Sanborn next week against Carolina. It'd be a perfect game to get him in there, and I think it happens. Okay, so I'm going to throw a jab there, and I'm going to hope that maybe Shamar James can be one of Jimmy's jewels, which, hey, speaking of, check out the grill. Run that ish. Let me show you my jewels. Yeah, your grill. Your grill. Right. I'd love to get that song mixed in there. So we got a couple jewels. I'm going to show them to you. Both my jewels. They're on the screen, not off screen. Get your mind out the gutter. Okay. Unknown caller in the background. Matt Eberflus in the foreground. Now, Jimmy, you just threw a jab at Matt Eberflus last week. You show right, I did. And it woke him up. He was just doing this, just lackadaisically bobbing and weaving, and I popped him one. And he woke up. And now look at his little grin. Look at his little ish-eating grin down there. You happy, Matt? Well, I'm going to tell you why Matt made Jimmy's Jewels this week. He listened. Okay. Now, I don't know the inner workings. I don't know if I can put the credit, like I was about ready to put the blame on Shotty for not changing Matt's philosophy for him, right? So I don't know if I can give credit to Shotty for changing Matt's mind for him here, but I got to give Matt credit for listening. Trevon Diggs and Deron Bland said, we'd like to play a little more man. I'm drawing a blank here. Al Harris has molded these two cornerbacks into really good man cover cornerbacks. So it did feel a little off that we were paying two guys that we have $180 million locked into to go play a bunch of zone when they're kind of, in essence, lockdown man corners. So the fact that was looming over us all and we were getting torched. Matt Eberflus, what Jimmy's having a hard time hanging on. So am I this season, Jimmy. It's tough. But the fact that that we had that looming over us, we can't get it fixed. We got 2-man corners. We're playing a bunch of zone. We saw a lot more man. Credit to Matt Eberflus for listening. Guess what else I saw, guys? Guess how many guys went after the quarterback? This many. Guess about how many times? Not this many. Guess how many times this many guys had went after the quarterback in the first 4 weeks? This many. Last game, this many guys went after the quarterback this many times. You see the difference there? You see the difference in the scoreboard? Blitz, Matt. Man, when you got Deron Bland and Trevon Diggs, let them lock it down for at least 3 seconds, right? They can keep up for 3.5 seconds. Blitz somebody. Don't give quarterbacks time to let guys run 40 yards down the field on us. Troy Aikman called it out and said it best in week 4. Or hell, it might have been week 3 against Chicago. You can't when you can't get to the passer like we weren't and you're only rushing 4, you can't allow routes to go 45 yards down the field on you. Your zone becomes way too soft. You only got 11 guys out there, not 15. If we had 15 guys, we could play all those zones, no problem. You don't have them, right? And so that was a big issue. We couldn't get to the quarterback quick enough, and guys are running 45 yards down the field, and we're being asked to play zone. So now with a little more man coverage, a little more quarterback pressure, ball has to come out quicker. You limit the big plays, right? Boom. Thank you, Matt Eberflus, one of Jimmy's jewels. Jewel number 2, welcome home, Georgie. You'll float too, George. You'll float too, and you'll float all the way to whatever island you want to be on with the bag that Jerry Jones will give you if you keep playing like you're playing. This young man has 5 touchdowns in 5 games. Mind you, that's a Cowboy record. 5 touchdowns in your first 5 games as a Dallas Cowboy. Thank you, George. When people start bringing those type of things to Jerry, he gets real check hungry. His pen starts doing this. He's like, I want to give an athlete some millions. It happens. We've seen it. Well, you can't tease Jerry like that. I want to give an athlete some millions. I don't need to see one more game. I'm just hoping that after George Pickens gets another touchdown and has another, great game and looks like a wide receiver 1 against Carolina, that Jerry Jones goes ahead and puts pen to paper when it comes to Pickens. It has to happen. Pen to paper for Pickens. Okay. That's all I'm about for the rest of this season. I don't know what the schedule is going to look like. I don't know. Playoffs. We're not going to talk about that yet. We're not going to talk about playoffs. But what we are going to do is we're going to cross our fingers and hope George Pickens gets signed, because I know this. The level Dak Prescott is playing at, what he just did with 4 downed starting offensive linemen, 4 of them. The guy only had a starting right tackle on the field, and honestly, he might be the worst of our 5 offensive. Well, no, Tyler Guyton is that of right now, right? You know what I mean? But potentially. Anyway, nonetheless, we have 4 downed offensive linemen and the 3rd best wide receiver in the league not on the field. And Dak Prescott, once again, flawlessly balls out. 4 touchdowns, no picks, dotting it up everywhere, not taking any unnecessary risks, not putting the ball in any kind of harm ever. I need George Pickens to get paid, because that has to stay around. That has to be. Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens. I don't know how you don't have a top 5 offense all the time. I just don't. Even when one of them goes down, we've been a top 5 offense for the last 3 weeks since CeeDee went out of that game. Say what you will. George Pickens is him. He might be a top 12 receiver in the league, and you got a top 3 receiver in the league sitting on the bench. Pay them both. Because right now, Jimmy keeps falling off, but you know what? We're gonna let him rest this week. We're gonna let Jimmy rest. But I hope Jerry's pen don't rest. Get George Pickens signed. Matt Eberflus, thank you for doing your job this week. Thank you for listening. Thank you for letting our man corners play man. Thank you for blitzing a little more. Johnathon Gannon, keep sucking. Okay, you're not doing good at your job. Hey, listen, I'm not trying to scrutinize and judge and stuff here, but it just is what it is. The guy's not doing good at NFL head coaching. Yeah, I hope you guys call me out if I'm not doing good at being Jimmy J. Let me know. Tell me I'm sucking. Okay, because Johnathon Gannon has been sucking, and I say that because I hope the suck continues until we play him, because I ain't seen our team beat Arizona. The mission is Carolina. That's where we're going. On the road again. On the road again. Out to Carolina. Rico Dowdle said, oh, these offensive linemen know what's up. They better be prepared. They better be ready. Rico Dowdle, as we end the show, Jimmy is just going to leave you on one. I want to sing you a little something, Rico. Okay? Tonight, when you're cuddling up in your bed, laying next to your man, or who, I don't know, when you're laying next to whoever you're laying next to, Rico, just listen to the soft, sweet sounds of Jimmy on repeat, singing SYBAU.